Guys, I just want to give a special thank you to you guys for always tuning in. Not only that, for supporting, for sharing the link every Saturday night, and just enjoying this music. This is a community, and I'm happy for you guys to be a part of this. Roxy26 asks what I've been doing with my free time. That's a good question. I've been working on the show. As you can tell, I know you've been listening for quite a while. In the recent 2 months, there's been an influx of flyers. I've learned how to do Photoshop. I've started, just working on the show a little bit more seriously. And I guess it's translated because we have gotten a large influx of new people that are tuning in. And yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. I mean, I even got the sweater on. Look, the Euro Nation sweater. And yeah, it's fantastic. Besides that, what else have I been doing? I've just been trying to go outside. As you can see, I've been trying to work out a little bit, even though it's very hard when you're not going to the gym. And yeah, that's basically what I've been doing. It's gonna be a long summer, let me tell you that much. Let's check the chat here. Who else do we have here? Hello, Elise. You know who you are. Look at all the flies on his hat. Yeah, I got so many flies on me. Yeah. You also had another very special guest last week who was great to hear from. Yes, we had the Immortal, Hulk Hogan, inside the show. Let me tell you something. This guy, there was a bang on the door. I can't do a bang here. I'll break my wrist on the rocks. But, and it was none other than Hulk Hogan. He had his handlebar mustache. He was wearing his bandana. He freaking ripped his shirt open as he walked in. He's like, brother, where am I? And I'm like, you're on the Euro Nation radio broadcast. And he just grabbed the microphone and he started doing his thing. That's why he didn't even know what the name of the show was. I had to tell him quickly before he went on air. Let's see. Yes, that's right. We're gonna numb these mosquitoes. Maybe this is what's causing all the mosquitoes. Maybe they love their White Claw. I've been listening to some of your old Giro Nation sets while working out today. So uplifting and great memories. Thank you so much, Robert, for supporting. Thank you so much for listening. It's amazing to hear this all the time. It's amazing to hear that you guys really enjoy the show. Who do we have here? Doc Diggler. That's a very interesting name. I like doctors. We always bring on a doctor to the show sometimes. His name is Dr. Payne. Don't drop your phone in the water, just drop beats. Not in this video, but you'll be hearing a lot of beats this weekend coming up. What else do we have here? My crew are watching this and I would like to ask, will DJ Storm be back? He's really good. Yeah, he is going to be back. DJ Storm, he's a legend here in Toronto. He knows what he's doing on the decks. And he's a veteran, let me tell you that much. He's much older than me, and he knows what he's doing. And of course, we're going to have him back on the show, most likely next month. But we'll obviously let you know exactly the date. James Wilson, what is the future of Euro music? The 90s was the golden era, but will it return, do you think? Not only is this a question and answer, this is me being completely and utterly honest here. No, I don't think Euro music is going to return. Maybe bubblegum music will return, but I really don't think Euro music will ever come back to what it was back in the 90s, right? I mean, just that synth and the technology that was used, it was new at the time, and the sound was new, the vibe was new. And nowadays, for that sound to be found new again and be popular again, I just see it very difficult. I see newer songs or newer artists sampling maybe a couple of Euro songs, just like it's been done in the past, but I don't see a full-on Euro song ever being top charting. I don't think that's ever going to happen. You look at a lot of Euro songs that have been sampled. I mean, one that comes to mind is one of the Snoop Dogg songs from a couple of years back, maybe like 5-6 years back. he sampled Felix's "Don't You Want Me," and it was great. I mean, not as good as the original, but I think that's more of what's gonna come. Thank you so much, Eastside Blitz. Ryan, hey Mauricio, first off, I came across your show about a month ago. Don't remember how. I don't remember anything either, but I love it. And second, thank you so much. When this pandemic is over, can you continue with the 3-hour broadcast? I'm gonna have to see about that. The 3-hour broadcasts are meant for you guys that are at home. And also I have some free time as well now. So it's meant for you guys to enjoy an extended show. And I'm gonna have to see if that is possible down the road. I don't know if it's going to be. We'll see how time plays out, right? But I do love doing the 3-hour broadcast. At the same time, I kind of, you know, if I was a listener, I know I'd be left wanting more with a 2-hour or 1-hour show, but I'd be more inclined to listen the next week. I mean, this is for like the less hardcore fans. Let's get more people in here. We only got 30. Come on. Let's see what else. Thank you so much, Christian, for the kind words. How is that crazy Brazilian guy doing? I don't know. We had Paul open the door for him and let him out after he started knocking things over. So we're gonna see if we can find him in the next coming weeks. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I don't know who that is. Thank you. They're Ray-Bans. Hello, Denny, listening from right here. Welcome to the broadcast here, the question and answer. Hello, Brett. Yes, Dr. Feelgood. I'm feeling good right now. I'm not gonna feel good after I have to scratch all these bites. Hello, Rasmus from Sweden. Hello, Fernando. Thank you so much for the kind words always. Yes, E-Type is great. Melanie Thornton, dearly missed. Yes, Melanie Thornton. If you guys don't know who Melanie Thornton is, she was the... Who was she? Blame it on the alcohol. She was the singer of La Bouche, and she died in the year 2001 in November. And she died on a plane crash. And I think it was flying over Switzerland, if I'm not correct. I'm not sure. She was flying over Switzerland, and she sadly died. She passed away, and her voice can never be replicated. And I guess 2 of her final songs were In Your Life, which I always play on the show I played last week, and she also did a Coca-Cola commercial, which you can look up on YouTube after you're done watching this. So you can look up La Bouche Coca-Cola. It's not a Euro song, but she did a Coca-Cola commercial. What else is here? Fernando, don't think also Euro music will return as much as I hope clubs specialize in it could play them for uniting people who love it. Yeah, I mean, without a doubt, Euro music will still be played in the clubs, just like 80s music. They have 80s night, they have 90s night, they have retro, they have boogie nights, they have new wave, new style, whatever it is, right? That's what you're gonna see. But I don't think Euro music is ever gonna return to its full glory. But hey, it's a niche, and we love it. What do you do to make your voice powerful? It's the microphone. I have a very good microphone, and I also use a software that I guess elevates my voice a little bit. I guess. I mean, people always ask me that. I also talk differently in person. I'm not going to talk like a radio DJ, right? I'm not going to do that in person. But what else do we have here? Why do you take down older episodes? Like where? Who's asking this? Laura K. Oh, thank you for the ad, by the way. I don't take down older episodes on YouTube. If episodes come down on YouTube, it's because they have been copyrighted, and I always try to combat that. I take down older episodes on other platforms like iHeartRadio and Google Music and Spotify because of space. There's not an unlimited amount of server space, unfortunately. So we always have to make space for new episodes. So that's why I take them down. What else what about 11 hours? Right, I don't know what you're talking about. 11 hours, that's preposterous. That is insane. Who in their right mind would do an 11-hour broadcast? What else do we have here? Let's check this out. Other than running the best radio show in the world, what kind of jobs have you worked? God damn it. What haven't I done? I guess I'd tell you about an interesting job that I had, which was... What's going on there? Maybe it's a shark? I was a wedding DJ at one point. And I did that for about a year, 2 years. And that was fun. Besides that, I've done my share of retail. And of course, you know, I've done other jobs. This isn't my main job, but I do it. I do enjoy this more than anything else that I've ever done. Thank you so much for the question, Fried. Euro fans following you in boats. How is the weather and temperature today? It's wonderful today. For those of you who are in Europe and Canada, we are at about 20 degrees Celsius today, and the full glory of the sun. The summer is magic. Who's your favorite Eurogroup? That's, you know, whenever I get asked that question, it is the hardest question that I could ever answer. But if I were to give you an answer, I don't know. I'd have to say Culture Beat. As a group, as a band, I like Culture Beat. They're timeless, they're classic. Mr. Vane, Got to Get It, Inside Out, Anything, Walk the Same Line, you know, and even the new Culture Beat from the 2000s. Saludos desde Chile. Thank you very much, Alejandro. Yeah, let's see. Where can I get that hoodie? Can you deliver merch to the UK? Thank you so much for the question, Robert. So there's a little bit of an issue with apparel. Apparently, apparel is best ordered in bulk. Okay? So there's an issue with that because it's not like a lot of people are going to commit all at once to a t-shirt. Which hasn't looked this way. He nodded. A lot of people aren't going to commit to a t-shirt or a hoodie right away, right? So if I were to make orders individually, it would cost a lot of money. And I'm going to have to figure a way out so that I can do a mass buy. And that's the only way we can successfully sell, you know, hoodies and t-shirts. Because if I were to sell them individually, I'd have to charge a big price. And I don't want people to pay that much. What else do we have here? Armin van Buuren would do an 11-hour show non-stop. That's right, Armin van Buuren is a legend in itself. You're gonna wave to me this time? He said it in his own ways. I can't find November 9 episode anywhere. Laura, I'm gonna have to look into that for you. Can I take my cap off for 1 minute? You don't want to see me without my cap. Saludos de España, Euro Nation. Juan Luis Caballero, thank you so much. Muchas gracias. How come you like European music? That's a good question. I don't know. I've just always liked it. And I've always liked Europe. Europe is great. Europe's fantastic. Every time I go there, I feel at home. And that's the truth. What else do we have here? Do you remember when you started to like Eurodance music? Yeah, I started liking Eurodance music about 20 years ago. And it started happening because I had a friend who listened to this type of music. And he had older cousins that listened to this type of music, and they introduced him to that type of music, and I would hear it every time I hung out with him. And I'd always ask, what song is this? What song is this? And I became obsessed. And back then there was no reliable source to getting names of songs. So he had a bunch of CDs that were, they weren't labeled properly. They didn't have any titles. So I'd have to write the lyrics down and actually look this up and try my best to find the names of the songs. And ever since then I started collecting music, and here we are now. Welcome, Mike. Axel, welcome. James, I think that's Captain Jack floating back and forth behind you in that boat. Is it? Maybe it is. Unfortunately, Captain Jack is no longer with us. The original Captain Jack, that is. Maybe this is a reincarnation. So many Euro artists aren't with us anymore. Very good artists as well. Hello, Tina Sposato. Welcome. Thank you so much for always supporting and for always tuning in, and also for last week. You know what I'm talking about. Thank you so much for that. Shazam still doesn't work well with Euro songs. No. And that's the beauty of it, isn't it? Maybe not for you guys. I mean, for me, I kind of enjoy the hunt for titles and for all that, right? What do you guys think of the skyline in the back over there? I try to get closer, but that means I would have to hire a boat. Or maybe try and swim as I'm holding this, which would be very, very dangerous. What else do we have here? Guys, 35 people, you know. Let's get more people in here. If you know, share it on. I can't share it right now on the page, just because this will shut down. So if you guys want to share it on my behalf, let people know. Alana Dante, Take Me for a Ride seems impossible to find on the internet. Yeah, a lot of songs are impossible to find. Any song that you can say that song really marked my life? No, not really. I mean, I guess a song that I can really resonate with, that I remember hearing a lot when I first started listening to this music, and when I listened to two songs actually, I really, it really takes me back. And it's not what you would think. It's not like a popular Euro song. It's more like a cover. One of them is Forever Young, originally done by Aha in the 80s. This cover was done by Temperance here from Canada, and that's one of the songs I played on the show, and I really, really enjoy. Wonderful song, wonderful cover. Another song that takes me back is CJ, Best Days of My Life. And Best Days of My Life, it's very appropriate, you know, when you first start listening to that music. Best Days of My Life, you know, it changed my life. So I played it a couple of times. CJ, Best Days of My Life, both Canadian. Well, one Canadian cover, the other one Canadian as well. So what are the questions? Are you in Hamilton Waterfront Trail? No, I'm not. Have you been to places where they still play Eurodance like Berlin, Chicago, or Ibiza? No, I haven't. The only place that I've been to that has played a lot of Euro music was not Ibiza, but in Spain. I went to Malaga, and I ended up venturing out to a nightclub there. I wasn't looking for a nightclub that played Euro music, but I ventured out there. Guess what? They were playing Euro music, and it was great. I should probably post a clip for all you guys to check out. Fantastic country, Spain. Beautiful country. Hello. Skate DT asks, what is your favorite pizza? That's not a question. Honestly, if I were to pick what I like on my pizza, it's very simple. Pepperoni, black olives, and sliced tomato. One meat, one veggie, and two veggies actually. So I don't know. I experimented with it once and I loved it. And a lot of people don't like tomatoes. A lot of people are they don't like vegetables. They don't like the meat. But hey, I like pepperoni, black olives, and sliced tomato on my pizza. Let's see what we have here. Are you near Humber Bridge? I don't know where I am right now. Who am I? I was an 80s baby and was in my teens when Eurodance was hot. I have loved it ever since. Your show keeps the dream alive. So nostalgic. Thank you so much, Jordan, listening from Canada. Out west, I believe. And yeah, I mean, it's great to always bring back those memories, and believe me, every single week I also relive those memories as well. Wow, 38 people. You're gonna see me getting eaten by mosquitoes and drinking some White Claw. Welcome to the Q&A. You can ask anything you want, really anything. Like absolutely anything. I'm an open book right now. It has to be Chicago style deep dish pizza for him. Yeah, well, I'm not picky with the pizza. I'm just saying what I like is pepperoni, black olive, sliced tomato. But if there's anything else, I'm gonna eat it. Do you know Captain Jack personally? No. I know Captain Morgan. He's a very interesting fellow. I've met him a few times after drinking some of his stuff. Have you met Tony Monaco? Yes. Robert Merlin, how about I sponsor you? I run a small business, so we could do something on the merchandise in exchange for a kind of sponsorship. Okay, Robert, how about you send me a message on Facebook? I can't really note any contact information here. How about we talk? What happened to the 11-hour show? Why didn't you post it at all? 11-hour show? I don't know what you're talking about, but even if there was an 11-hour show, imagine the headache to post it. Imagine what would happen if I posted it to YouTube, how much copyright it would have. An 11-hour show, the servers would blow up. iHeartRadio would ban me. It'd be like, what is this guy doing an 11-hour show and posting it on our servers? So it's better to leave the people wanting more. You introduced me to so many Euro songs I never heard before. Thank you so much for the kind words, Charles. And I introduced myself to a lot of never before heard songs as well. Since I started following your show, I always was curious about your name, Maurizio Castano. What are your origins? Good question. My origins. Well, I know my family has Spanish heritage. That's what I know, and that's where I'll keep it for now. It's let's see. How would you like to take the show forward? It's a good question, James. You know, obviously, I want this to be a very vibrant community. I want people to really, you know, first of all, I want more people to listen. I want to get more people listening. I want to reach a high number of people listening. And then from there on out, I want to be able to have the radio show syndicated not only online, but also through several radio stations across the globe, especially around Europe. So I want, you know, I've contacted radio stations, but it's so hard to get in contact with anybody that works at one. But I've always wanted to get in contact, or maybe somebody pick the radio show up and air it in different nations. And then after that, we can get the ball rolling on other things, like maybe possibly events. I don't know. That's a dream right now, but maybe events in different countries or different places. And I think that would be awesome. But obviously the first step is to keep growing. And that's what we're on right now. Let's not get ahead of ourselves yet. Hello, Vinny. Thank you so much. Welcome. Hello. Okay, Axel Marita is a Portuguese Brazilian name. Yep. not gonna answer that question. Where and when did you play your best set or mix? You know, that's really hard. Every week I do the show and I surprise myself because sometimes I'm like, you know, I'm too tired, or, you know, this show's not going to be good. But then it ends up coming out really, really good. I don't know how it happens. Blame it on the alcohol. Let's do something else here. Hold on. Let's do something here. We're not done yet. We're in for the long haul, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna look, whoa. We're just gonna cherry. I'm gonna get to your questions in 1 second. Just let me put the covering on this. Our sponsor needs to be on the drink. There we go. And there we go. Have you met, played, or known DJ Doughboy and DJ Markski? They have some great and classic mega mixes. DJ Doughboy is from Australia, if I'm not incorrect here. No, I've never met DJ Doughboy. DJ Markski, I haven't met either. I have spoken to him. DJ Markski is one of, I guess, my inspirations for starting this. DJ Markski's a legend, not only in Chicago, but in my world as well. I mean, he retired now. He's working on his performance parts for Porsches. But he's always been one of the greatest DJs. And, you know, he did this when this music was huge. And I can only imagine, you know, what a ride he went on when that was happening. What else do we have here? I'm not fishing. Will this Q&A go for 11 hours? I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be alive in 11 hours because the mosquitoes would have a field day with me. My skin, it would just be a skull. The flyer 2 weeks ago for the pirate radio, that would be me. That would be me, ladies and gentlemen. What else do we have here? What's your best Euro tune of all time? You know, I answered this a while back. I really like Darkness in My Dreams. But there's so many to choose from. Maritza grew up in Canada, has Spanish heritage, says ciao when signing off, which is typical Italian greeting, and Heard was born in Europe, is it? We'll keep you guys guessing. Thank you so much, Roxy. Love the show, gets me dancing all night. Thank you so much, George Tumosas. If you pull out a Corona, I'm gonna die for cover. Yeah, I brought some Coronas home last week, and I was getting looks. Like, what am I getting looks for? It's just a name. You know, I mean, I feel bad for Corona. But hey, good beer. I love Corona. Will you go to Cedar Point next year for 150th anniversary of, even though it was supposed to be this year? Wow, so it's going to be 151 years next year. No, maybe actually. I don't know. It depends where I'm at next year. If anybody wants to go, I've always wanted to go to Cedar Point for the roller coasters, and we'll see where the world is at next year. How did the idea of Euro Nation come about? It's a very good question, Mike. We'll answer that. Well, back in I'd say 12 years ago, I decided to start, you know, I love the music. I love this music. I started doing little radio shows online. And I started sharing the link to friends and stuff like that. And I was only getting 8 people, 6 people. 10 people. And eventually it ended up growing somehow. And I ended up, throwing an event at one point. And then after that, I ended up having to restart the radio show. Something, things happened, and then we had to restart as Euro Nation. And then since then, I've just been doing the radio show. But the show really took off once I started posting them on YouTube like 3 years ago or 2 years ago. Thankfully, I got in contact with Paul from DJFM, and he allowed me to have the radio show on there for the past 7 years now. We've been on DJFM for 7 years now. So that's fantastic, and I thank Paul every week for having me on the show. And obviously YouTube is great. So it's hopefully it's just up from here. Let's see what else. No, I'm not married, Daniel. Not married. Bring back good memories when Euro Nation is on. Love it. Somebody's asking me what my favorite attraction is of Toronto or GTA or Southern Ontario in the province. That's a very good question. What is my favorite attraction here? I don't know. I'd say Niagara Falls. I love going to Niagara Falls, and every time I invite people, they're like, "You're going to Niagara Falls again?" Nothing to do with Niagara Falls. Well, I like Niagara Falls. It's one of the eight wonders of the world. Yeah, there's things to do there. There's a casino. There's a nightclub. There's so many things to do, and then you can cross over to the U.S. and you can go shopping. You can do other things, right? So I really like that. Niagara Falls definitely is my favorite here in Southern Ontario. What do you love most about Toronto? That's a great question. Roxy, obviously from Toronto as well. I love the diversity. I love the fact that people are, I wouldn't say they're as nice as people outside of Toronto, across Canada, but they're nice in general, and people are polite, and there's a lot to do, and the fact that, this city is it's growing. It's grown so much in the past 20 years, right? I mean, mind you, I don't like the condos, that's for sure. So many condos going up. I mean, it's great to have places to live, but it's just too much, right? In my opinion, anyway. But I do like the vibrance of this city. What else do we have here? Would you consider playing some Euro Happy Hardcore, Dune, DJ Paul, Elsac? I don't know, Robert. I'm not a huge fan of Happy Hardcore. Every time I hear a Happy Hardcore song, I don't know, my ears kind of cringe, because it's especially when they get Euro songs and dance music and they just speed it up and they sound like chipmunks. I don't like that. Maybe if it's something that's normal and fast, yes. I don't know. I did play Dune. Was it Dune? I played a version of that song last week. I Can't Stop Raving by Adrima. I played that one. And obviously that is a better version in my opinion. But of course everybody has their tastes. And if you like Happy Hardcore, well, the power to you. I don't know what Machina is. Different question. What was the first tune that sparked you into the Euro vibe? I was late to the party. DJ Sammy Heaven. I mean, it's not exactly Euro dance, but that is the first tune that got me into this. And then I started listening to Euro dance, started listening to other stuff. And DJ Sammy in Heaven, a very great song from the year 2001. Nice cover from Bryan Adams. Keep asking those questions, guys. We're at 39 minutes. Gonna aim for the hour here. okay? Or until the mosquitoes just rip the flesh off my face. Would you come to the UK to do some gigs? Maybe sometime in the future, George. Sometime in the future. We gotta keep growing though for now. Obviously, we need a lot more listeners in the UK. We need, I know you guys have a lot of stuff over there. I'm very jealous of your Clubland brand over there. And I hope one day that we can be to that level, but more so on a worldwide scale. That would be fantastic. How much time goes into preparing for your weekly episode? Who picks the songs? I pick the songs when I mix them. I usually start preparing on Thursdays. I start preparing the songs on Thursdays, and I start, I'm not gonna lie, I start, trying to mix the songs to see what goes well with what. Because you hear these shows and you think to yourself, wow, it sounds really good. And yeah, I mean, usually I do mix on the fly, but a lot of times I also do practice beforehand to make sure these songs are blended very well. Because I know you guys want to hear some good stuff. So we do that. Playhouse FM. Yes. Playhouse FM. You're welcome, Cloud Duo 13. What equipment do you have? Play at the studio on Saturdays, mixer and controllers. Fernando, thank you so much for the question. We do have Pioneers inside. It slips my mind what model we have. It's all the radio stations. I don't have the exact, let's see. Oh, Oliver just messaged me. I gotta do the plug. I don't have the exact model. I gotta get back to you on that, but we do have some Pioneers inside the studio. We should dedicate a show to Paul. Thank you for the 7-year companionship with Euro Nation. I'm gonna post a picture of Paul in the next week. You're gonna see Paul. Will you be making more shirts? Yeah, we are gonna be making more shirts. We have some shirts on the way that people ordered, and we're gonna do another batch soon, so we'll let you know. Have you listened to the Studio 33 Euro mixes? I think I have a few of them. Very good mixes. Roxy agrees with me on the condos. Is it true that milk is sold in a bag in Canada? Charles asked me those questions. Oh yeah, Oliver, listening right now, we got a sponsorship here for the Continental Saddlery in Alabama. If you need a saddle, if you were a horseback rider, if you're in competitions, you hit up the Continental Saddlery and Oliver will hook you up in Alabama. What was that question I was trying to see here? Is it true that milk is sold in a bag in Canada? Yeah, it is sold in a bag in Canada. And the funny part is that I went to the US one time, and I was buying, ironically, some milk in the US, and they sell them in jugs. And I went to the cashier and I cashed out, and I told the cashier, I'm like, I'm from Canada, and these milk jugs in my country, they come in bags. And he was like dumbfounded. He's like, what? How the hell does that happen? I'm like, yeah, we put them in bags, like separate bags, and then we sell them. And he's like, that's crazy, man. That's some crazy stuff. He couldn't believe it. Then he asked where Canada was. Anyway, so that's what happened. That's my little story on milk. Let's see, what else do we have here? Love the newer Master Boy track. Are you ready? Yes, I've heard one. How do you beat match the tracks? I mean, it comes with practice, Robert. I've been doing it for so long, and it's crazy. Like, sometimes I'll mix on the fly, and I'll surprise myself with how I can beat match, because it's almost as if I already know the song, and I know how to blend the pitch up or down or whatever, right? To make sure that the song matches Roxy, no, I can't sing. Maybe after like 20 of these, I can sing. Give me enough drinks, I can do whatever. Other than you and Paul, who normally stays at the studio on Saturdays? Fernando, really interested in knowing what's going on in the studio. Maybe one day we'll do a live stream. But it's gonna take a lot of work to do that. Nobody really. It's just me and Paul. Paul's the guy who owns DJ FM, and we broadcast on Chin Radio, which is a radio station here in Canada. We broadcast in Ottawa after midnight, so the actual signal emanates from there for after midnights as well for Ottawa. What else do we do here? It looks lovely there. Yeah, the sun's going down. It's getting cold now. Red Buddha 66. Red Buddha. Please play more freestyle mixes. I'll see what I can do. Red Buddha. What's the best nightclub you have been to? I wish I had more experience with nightclubs, but the best nightclub here in Toronto that I've been to was the Government. The Government, before that it was called RPM. And it was a big warehouse downtown. And I was talking about condos earlier, but they tear down all those condos. That's what this city does. They tear down all those condos. They tear down all those nightclubs to build condos. And it's something that I'm not fond of. Like, there's got to be activities to do. There's got to be things to do. Any degenerate gambling stories? So many. You want to hear a gambling story? I'll tell you a gambling story right now. Okay, I gambled so much one time. I had $5 in my pocket and I had to walk home. Let's just put it that way. Another one. I thought I had this theory. Roulette. I don't know if you know how to play roulette, but it's called the Nightingale theory, the Nightingale move, where you keep doubling your bet at a roulette table. And if you lose, right, you just win your money back. So if you keep doubling, you'll keep doubling your money, but then if you lose, you'll just get your money back. But the problem with that theory or that move is that you're gonna have to have unlimited funds if you keep losing. And I lost so much one time in a row. I lost like 8 times in a row. I lost everything that I had, and I had to go to the ATM, and I wasn't even allowed to take any more money out. So those days are long gone. I don't do that anymore. I learned from that. But the lesson for you guys is to never get into gambling. I wasn't a gambler. I don't go every week, every month, but once a year. Though these things happen in the span of maybe 1 year, that happened, and then another year that happened. But that's the lesson for y'all. Don't go gambling. And if you do, bring somebody, they'll stop you. And don't tell them to not stop you when you want to keep going, because that's just cheating. I don't look like Pitbull. What's your favorite horror movie? John Carpenter's Halloween 1978. That's a good movie. I like H2O better for some reason, because it's like, yes, it's like a teen drama, kind of. Like, it's got like that teen stuff going on, but I just find like Halloween 1978 is so... It was low budget, but there's not enough, like, it's just all suspenseful. There's nothing else to it. I like a little bit of action too, and it happens at the end, but it's just not enough. My favorite movie, it's between The Dark Knight and Speed. Okay, so Speed, if you haven't watched Speed, one of the greatest action films of all time from the 90s. Typically, the bus has a bomb, can't go under 50 miles an hour or else it explodes. Simple plot. And of course, The Dark Knight is Batman. Thank you so much for the kind words. Roxy, is Canada America's hat? No. Maybe Toronto. is more like America, but the rest of Canada is not like America. I'm pretty sure about that. Rodrigo Rivero, thank you so much for the kind words. Thank you so much for listening. Roughly how many tracks do you own? What is the size of your Euro collection? I don't know. I'm very disorganized with the tracks, but if I had to guess, I'd say about 10 gigs right now worth of music. And that's backed up on several hard drives just in case. So 10 gigs right now worth of music. And keep in mind, these are 10 gigs worth of Euro songs. Okay? It just goes to show how many Euro songs there are on the planet. And in history, I'm still finding Euro songs till this day. And it's crazy to think about. Chris Shepard at RPM, crazy. Chris Shepard was a legend. Do you play vinyls as well? No, I do not play vinyls. I've never done vinyls. I should probably get into it, but I just find that vinyls take up, I mean, it's great, but I find that they take up so much space and lugging them around and everything. I'm not about that. Where is your face mask? Right here. My whole face is a mask. I actually have a face mask at home, but there's nobody around, is there? So there's no need for a face mask. Who am I? There's nobody here. Have you ever seen The Transporter? Of course I've seen The Transporter, one of the greatest Jason Statham films ever. The Transporter, love it. Can you wait for the police? Can't wait for the police to arrest you for public intoxication. That's right. Officer, this is pop. Let's face it, we're in a pandemic. Okay, we're in a situation that's unprecedented. And I was hearing today, actually, funny story, on the way here, I was driving. And I see this guy on the road, on the highway, on the freeway, windows down. He's driving at 120 kilometers an hour. He's shaving. He's shaving as he's driving. And then I pass him and he moves on to shave the back of his neck. There we go. There we go. There we go. He moves on to shave the back of his neck. I mean, Christ. It was epic. But wrong. Don't do that. Speed 2 is the worst movie of all time. Do not watch Speed 2. Top tip from Maurizio, don't gamble and DJ at the same time. No, we don't do that. There's no way we'd be able to be gambling and putting attention to the music at the same time. So that would be the wrong thing to do. That's a great quote from The Simpsons. Let's see, what else do we have here? Would you ever consider having a perform a Saturday mix fully vetted, of course? I don't know what that means, perform a Saturday. Having a perform a Saturday mix? Please clarify. I don't know what you mean by that. Can you still count 1 till 8 after the Coronas and shots? No. Are you kidding me? Count 1 to 8. I can barely count to 1. But hey, the music still happens, and that's what matters. The music still happens. Alright guys, we're gonna end this soon. I can count from 1 to 8 when I'm sober. Okay? I don't appreciate your comments, KTT. I do not. Alright guys, if you guys have any more questions, you can ask them now. Otherwise, I will be ending this quite soon because the sun is going down and yeah. And make sure you guys tune in on Saturday night or Sunday morning, wherever you are, so that you can listen or watch to Samus J. Watch Samus J. He's going to be live on camera all the way from Australia. You're going to be able to see him. You're going to be able to interact with me. He's going to be doing this thing. And if you guys, if you guys love Euro music, this is one of the greatest mega mixers on the planet. Samus J. And he's going to be on the Euro Nation radio show for quite some time on Saturday night. Thanks so much, guys. Charles, what time is it there? It's 1 a.m. in the UK. It's crazy. It is, what time is it here? It's 8 p.m. 8 p.m. here. And it's still daylight. Denny, thanks so much. Thanks for all you've been doing on Saturdays, Maurizio. Thanks to Paul as well. It's been the greatest set of Eurodance I could find in the last couple of years. Figure out the voiceover for that show yet. I don't know yet. Who's your favorite Marvel superhero? I'd say Spider-Man. Since you asked another question about the origin, did you imagine that the program had the reach it has today? You know what? No, I didn't imagine that it would have the reach that it has today. But I'm hoping that we can spread the word and we can get more of a reach. We need more people listening. I am fully confident that there are many people out there in all walks of life, in all parts of the globe, that love this music, that don't know about the radio show. They don't know that this is happening, and I can't wait for them to find out. So that's what I hope. And once that happens, once enough people find out, then we can really get the ball rolling on other things with the show. But that's what I hope for. Did I think it was going to be this big? No. But I always loved doing it anyway, for fun. And I keep doing it for fun, and it just keeps growing. Final questions here, let's see. Thanks so much for being here, Roxy. I really appreciate you. Don't think I don't know you, and every time you listen, every time you're in the chat, I notice all these things. Will you be bopping to the mix for the rest of the week? Yeah, I listened to the last week's mix like 20 times already. We love it when you play songs requested by fans and shoutouts. Well, thank you so much, Daniel. I don't think I don't forget you. I do. Sorry. Don't think I forget you. I don't forget you. I appreciate you listening. You and your wife. Let's see. Sweden. It's 2 a.m. That's crazy. You guys, you better stay tuned. This was kind of like an official introduction. The last Q&A that I did, it was kind of unannounced. It wasn't really like official. This is the official Q&A. This is me introducing myself to you guys. Because in the future, I'm going to be doing interviews. I'm going to be interviewing Euro artists and dance music artists. That's the goal here. And in the next coming weeks, you're going to see an interview. And I'm going to announce it very soon. You guys are going to see who that is. We're going to start off small, but we're going to see what's going to happen. But that was the whole point of this, to introduce myself officially. I'm going to share this, and then we can get the ball rolling with interviews. Because then you know who I am. You can see, you can put a face to the voice. Thank you. Keep up the good work. I'm a DJ myself. I play vinyl, dance music live on Facebook. Thank you so much, George. What else do we have here? How many mosquito bites by the end of the Q&A? I don't know. I'm gonna have to. I'm only gonna feel these later on. You know, when you get a mosquito bite, you don't feel it until the next day. It starts itching and stuff. So we're gonna see. I'll tell you guys next on Saturday. Let us know how you can help promote. It's very simple. You can just share the link with your friends. Share it on Facebook. Tell your friends out there. If they love this music, even if they don't I'm pretty sure they will enjoy the high energy. Looking forward to the next show. Just gonna finish this. What's your favorite Marvel movie? Please say Endgame or Black Panther. Oh man, I'm not a huge fan of Marvel, as you may think. I'm more of a DC guy. But if I were to pick a Marvel movie, I've never, I'm not into the whole Marvel universe. That's why I like Spider-Man a lot. Spider-Man Homecoming and Spider-Man Far From Home. Are we your favorites to play music for? Is that why we get a special treatment at 11-hour streams? Hey, once the show is done, I still see people that are still listening. And I feel bad turning those people away, especially during a pandemic. So that's why we continue doing the music sometimes. Well, not me, but this is in another universe. Listen like crazy in my car anyways, yeah. You're welcome, Daniel. Thank you, Em, for doing this. Interview so nice that you reach out. Keep safe. All right, guys. Thank you so much. And don't forget to tune in on Saturday for DJ Samus J. He's going to be live on cam. I'm not going to be narrating on cam. I'm going to be narrating on the radio. Just because it doesn't work well, my voice on cam with DJ Samus J halfway across the world. But we will have DJ Samus J on the show on Saturday night, and it's going to be absolutely electric. This guy's got an electric show for you guys. It's going to be insane. Questions from Skate DT. I don't know who that guy is. And that request for a live broadcast of the program direct from the studio. See, the problem with that is that the fact that the studio is not that nice, okay? And then what we want to do a nice camera setup as well. So I don't feel comfortable doing a full-on camera. You can see us yet until we get things completely right. Dusty Thunderbird, great job. Glad to see you put the koozie to good work. That's right. There we go. Mr. Dusterhoff. Maybe we'll have DJ Dusty Thunderbird on the show at some point. All right, guys. It's going to be a tough time getting off of these rocks. But I'm going to have to... Maybe I'll sleep here. We'll see what happens. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. And do not forget, Saturday night, DJ Samus J. More interviews coming up. And this is the official Q&A introduction for you guys, okay? Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for always supporting. And thank you so much for loving the Euro music. We do it for you guys. Thank you so much. Stay safe. Take care of yourselves and each other, and ciao.